Hello and welcome back to Rule the Waves 3, playing as France, starting in 1890 on Super Large. It is now January 1905 and we have finished a war with Spain, followed by Italy entering the war and both getting their asses handed to them, and Spain and Italy surrendering or peace negotiations. And I managed to grab Guam. That has oil. That was my war goal. Guam got oil like in the first turn or first year of the game, and I have been eyeballing it ever since. And I was fortunate enough to have myself invited to a war between my ally Japan and Spain, because my tension with Spain was very low and they were just completely avoiding me, ghosting me completely. So that this was a very welcome opportunity. So good start to the 20th century, I would say. So let's jump in. So Guam wasn't my only grab. I also took the Northern Marianas and the Caroline Islands because they are both 0 points, so you get them for free basically. And I also grabbed Guantanamo for essentially free. No, not free, 1 point, because it's usefully located here. Once you get better invasion ranges, you can reach most things, including Jamaica and these Bahamas. No, not Bahamas. Yes, Bahamas. Grand Bahama and New Providence, but not Bermuda, not yet anyway. So that was the third war of this game. The first one was versus Italy, gave me a lot of extra war reparations. The second was against Germany, got me Norway and some war reparations, and now I have some minor colonies, a tiny bit of war reparations, and oil. So I would say that my the game doing now. I just have to check something on other screen. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think those three wars have been very beneficial. I don't think I could have gotten this far with my fleet and my holdings if I had started in 1900. So 5 years of well, slog. It's a slog. It's a trench slog equivalent. All those cruiser and battleship battles at a couple of thousand yards, pummeling away at each other with very minor results. So, what are we up to now? I talked a little bit about it in the previous episode, but now it's all about transitioning to the Dreadnought era, at which point every ship I have will be obsolescent at best or instantly obsolete. I think the game models this very well indeed, because my Dreadnoughts will be 21 knots and have 12-inch guns, and my battle cruisers will be, which I tend to build somewhat later, will be in the 27-knot range, and they can run down even light cruisers. So you can see there is very little to be gained by retaining. You will retain some of these ships in sort of a transitional period, but eventually everything has to go. Everything not converted into a colonial cruiser eventually has to go. That's my approach anyway. I've burned myself trying to refit these obsolescent ships to a sort of a meaningful standard. And yes, it can work, but only for a few years, and then they become obsolete again, and you have sunk too much money into them. So it's better to build new. But, and this is the but, we are still several years away from what I would call effective dreadnought designs. If you look at research, I am, for example, completely lacking an 11 or 12-inch gun. So who knows when I will get that. I have the ability to research them. because of ship design. No, turrets. Yeah, turrets. This one. So I can develop them, but nothing has happened. I did develop a 9-inch gun, so good for me. We also lack steam turbines. It's the only way to get decent speed. And I think there is one more tech to go before that even happens. So it's going to be a couple of years, then design, then build, and field. So 5 years at the minimum before you have effective steam turbine ships, and even longer before everyone has them, and even longer before you have oil-fired steam turbines. So we still have to have an effective fleet in between there. And until we get ship design, we have to have main battery wing turrets. Then we can make hex knots or just a square, but that would only give us 6 broadsides. But it's an option. Maybe even cross-stack fire if we get that one, but we don't have that either. I think that's coming up pretty soon. But I would also like EPS1. I think there's also here another tech between me and TPS1, so again, several years. So we have to plug the gap, so to speak. Despite building for obsolescence, we cannot not do it. So I have a thematic ID for a follow-up for the Trident that will use the new 14-inch guns. No, 9-inch guns. I'm taking off the rear turret there. And I'm bumping as much as I can without completely changing this. Adding a maximum amount of 6-inch guns. Because of the tonnage, I can now fit 36 guns. And I think with, if you see, a -1 9er gun can penetrate 6 inches at point blank range. So I think I want to. Oh. I wanted to. Okay. Looks like I have to take off something. No, that can't do that. Let's take off spacious. I don't need that. Yeah. So there it is. But it's not the Trident, it's the Ocean. Or do I have an Ocean from previously? I think maybe I do. The Warrior. 1905 Guerrier or something. This is sort of the penultimate or ultimate pre-dreadnought for me. Yeah. Let's develop that one. Destroyers soon done. Nothing that I can or want to rebuild. I think I'm not sinking any money into these pre-dreadnoughts. Even this one that's not completely horrible. Because it's slowed down considerably. And no, definitely no engine rebuilds before we have turbines. That's just completely wasted. Still from time to time tempted to rebuild these as light cruisers. Not bulged though. That would just be too silly. But I won't. I will resist the temptation. Anyway, we really need to get our attention up here because, yeah, time to roll. Oh, no, wait. We have some captains that need assigning. How many above average ones? This one. Oh, that was completely the wrong. Yeah. Let the AI assign the rest. Maximum publicity. This can give us budget since our budget modifier is moderately low now. I'm not sure if it will. It'd be just around the breaking point there. No, no effect. Sadly. Okay, this is a real cruiser, so we'll do it manually. Aggressive, sure. Woot? No. Yeah, some light cruisers, not important. 5 ships working out. Thank you. No. Again, it's a problem because we have no info about him, so we just hate him forever. Okay, it was a very old ship, so it didn't really matter, but a wily guy. Okay, so I now have to decide, do I want more 22 knot cruisers or do I want to start building battleships? And the answer I think is both, which I can't afford, of course, but pick. But we'll see what we can do. Have some ships on active that can go into reserve. Have some ships that we could sort of outright scrap. Yeah, so I'd like to scrap these guys because they don't contribute, but that's again that's 100 nearly points of blockade, so I can't scrap them anyway. They cost almost nothing to have, but of course when you activate them, they cost quite a bit. These light cruisers have actually been refitted, all of them. They are not in line to be scrapped, so these will actually get scrapped before these. These can be turned into colonial cruisers also, so yeah. But again, these cost 28 a pop to maintain, so even if I scrapped everything on mothball, it wouldn't save me about 30 ships at, let's say, 30 each. So it would save me 1,000, and it would actually cause me quite a bit of harm, I would say. So we leave it as is. Just push forward. We are building docks now. Oh, the commander, so bombastic leader, intelligence. An unknown nation has stolen secrets from us. Okay. Not now. We are on average, but I guess we are better off in some department than others. Uh, Germany, do they have a modern 11-inch weapon? Wow, that is actually quite. And Great Britain has already gotten hold of a 12-inch weapon. 11 and 12 for Italy. That we know, it could be wrong. 11-inch, 10-inch, 11-inch. Okay. So the only one without good guns is Russia and Spain. And me. 15 years of gun research on high. Good work, game. Seems fair. Yeah, I have a bone to grind with the gun research system. Nine destroyers. No, 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 no. I don't want reduced tension. Crazy guy. Oh, 5-inch quality 0. That's pretty early. Of course, we are not using 5-inch in any great quantity. We have some light cruisers with it. We are using 6, 7, and 4 in quantity, which is why the game gives us 5-inch guns. So, again, no, not a fan. And also we need 11, 12-inch guns. So this probably means it's going to be a long while until we get something. Now we can start building the Guerriere class. Where did you go? Yeah. Okay. Yes, if it was anyone but Great Britain, I would definitely do this. But no. And again, I'm not against my opponents having territories. I think that's a good thing. I get very few opportunities to sort of claim an area. We got this through an event, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's the only one thus far. Lawyers. Yes, I do know I can put 6 in each. I probably eventually will, but for the time being, 5 is fine. 5 in screen makes a nice wedge. 5 in the line makes the last one never get into combat. So 5 in a division is fine. I do this manually because I want to have captains, not commanders. I want to see more of them. Yeah, thing like that. Save almanac, cruisers. Look at it's better in this game. It's usually better to have fewer but better ships, and you can see I have 22 plus 2 building for 300,000. That is the same as Italy with almost 40. And we saw what happened in the previous war. Even if they get given way more ships than me in any given scenario, I think I can take them. You can see even Great Britain only has a 30% or so advantage. They have twice the number, which means they have a lot of trash legacy cruisers. And the same goes for battleships. Light cruisers, we are very advanced in light cruisers. Of course, not all of those light cruisers are actually combat light cruisers. Turn. Last destroyer is done. Yeah, central firing is coming up, but it could take a while. Division editor, let's assign the last one. So now I have 12 divisions of destroyer. But for well, it's not nearly enough, of course, but it's a start. Great Britain has more than me. Of course they do. And also have 500 tonners. But most of the rest are smaller. Look at Germany, for example. The biggest are 500 tonners, but they have no guns. They have 3 torpedoes. They have a lot of speed. They are useless. 400 tonners, no guns, so useless. Yeah. Yes. Oh, kill me. Kill me. I hate this. I know it's part of the game, but I can still hate it, right? Yes, we should extend it. No. Back ally unconditionally. Budget and tension. Yes, please do both. And that ended up net zero. So they voted to reduce, but then we got more budget from the event and we got increased tensions. So someone will go into the yellow soon-ish. So good. Do we have any active ships? Only destroyers. Still reserve them. Ship construction. 9 turns in pre-red. Fine. This event has become much rarer, I feel. I felt that I got this one all the time when Ruler Waves 3 first launched. There you go, 11 ships. Hawkish, yeah. I'm even tempted to do this just to get into the yellow with someone, even with Great Britain. I feel very confident we could take Great Britain if it comes to that. I'd rather not, I guess. But if below average unassigned admiral, yeah. Spain and Japan, okay, yeah. Japan could get into another war. Italy, this is perfect. Spain and Japan, now it's just a 4. And suddenly we are in the black again. And we have actually a decent amount of ships building. Twice our maintenance, so now I'm very happy. Intelligence, we're spending quite a bit on intelligence, but I think it can be worth it in the long run. I have tried bumping Intel to high during wars before. That hasn't worked so well, so I think my traditional 2 enemies will be high. Great Britain is always a threat and an opportunity. Spain, more of an opportunity, but they are right next to me, and I would like welcome another war over Iceland, for example. The rest, yeah, just because. So, future war goals. I mean, if I get into a war with Great Britain and I manage to defeat them soundly, then I will actually grab Egypt rather than go full war operations, assuming I can get the 10, no, not 10, 8 points. 8 points required because having control over US is very handy when you have colonies in the Indian Ocean and quite a bit of action in Southeast Asia. So that would be the primary war goal of that. It is also hilarious to seize Ireland. If you can, that's 10 points. It will significantly impact your future ability to fight Great Britain when planes become available. Because having France, Ireland, Norway, maybe even Reykjavik, Iceland, that means you have the basing advantage in almost every scenario, and also at least aircraft parity, regardless of where battles take place. But I wouldn't say that's a war goal because the distance from Brest to this area, the western approaches, very popular area to fight in. It's not that big, so Ireland is not needed. But I would say if you are Germany and plan to fight Great Britain a lot, then Ireland becomes very, very attractive. But Egypt would be a war goal. Austria-Hungary, not interested in this Dalmatian area, so that will be just reparations. Italy, yeah, if I can take Sardinia, I guess I will. But it's not important. War reparations also good. Japan, I don't see us fighting. Same with US, same with Russia. Spain, I would just go for Reykjavik. They can keep Morocco. Nothing ever interesting happens off the coast of Morocco. So completely uninteresting area. Forging on. Colonial cruisers. Yeah, competent. Incompetent, timid, no connections. Didn't we send maybe his twin brother to Denmark? 6 submarines are done. Yes, good. High tensile steel, good. 500 in plus. That's not enough to sort of start 2 more ships. As you probably have noticed, I like building things in pairs or quads, possibly. 5, 7 rounds. Okay. Republic, this is not important, not important, semi-important. Average is fine. The rest the AI can assign. Yeah, definitely. We're going to build 2 more anyway, so but no. Oh, almost. Britannia, sure. Yes. Prestige and tension, that is good right now. It is also very close to the previous war still, I think, so that it will tend to go down. Battle reserve. Below average, sure. The cruisers, light cruisers, I mean. Yeah, that's nice. Germany. Yeah, you can see a reduction because of recent war. Italians don't want to fight us. Yeah, but we stay in the yellow, so that's good. And what that concludes another year. Docs complete. Close. No events. Nothing on active except these destroyers. Tension dropped again, so not activating anything. 29,000. We are at 30. $25, $28. You know what? This is the time to expand. Get another one of these speed dreadnoughts into the water. And yeah, another year. On New Year, so a very brief summary of events. We completed a handful of ships, but no major builds. All we finished were these 500-ton destroyers. But we now have quite a few ships building. Those 2 Tridents and 4 Guerriers. I think it's pronounced. This I will not even try to pronounce. That's the guy who fought against Julius Caesar. Moderate success, I would say. Didn't help him in the end, though. Almanac. We are ahead of everyone except Great Britain. We are second in fleet tonnage. Russia has definitely slowed down. They kept pace with us for quite some time, but now they are actually significantly weaker, both in terms of budget and fleet tonnage. Kind of looks like they've built themselves into something of a corner here. So I would say that Great Britain is top tier, S tier. We are A. US slowly and Germany are B tier. Russia and Italy D tier. I guess Austria-Hungary is kind of an E tier, and Spain is definitely F, so they are out of this game and will never again play any significant role. Japan is in the E tier as well, I guess. But I'm pretty confident that if it comes to war, my 900 versus this, almost that's comparable for the first time, and qualitatively I have the edge, definitely. Now I'm looking at the wrong column, of course. This is Great Britain. Yeah, it's only a 200,000 points of difference. So we are about equal in every category. They have a slight lead, but nothing to write home about. So I have, well, I don't have too many legacy ships remaining. Could they have scrapped some of them? Probably it's 15 years since, probably been scrapping some of them. That's it, really. Tensions all around low. Nothing much going on. We are just researching and building and enjoying a bit of peace and quiet before things kick off again. That this again. Okay. Assign commander. Above average, good. Assign commander. Average is fine. No. Destroyer division. Okay, let's use a captain. And turn. Venezia. Okay, this is starting to look like a cruiser. 8-inch guns and 6-inch guns. Those 3-inch guns are not really useful. They have no armor penetration. Their range is not as terrible as the 2-inch, of course, but they are not penetrating anything. So they are purely, well, they can hit your superstructure, I guess, and do some damage, start fire, but the chance of that happening is really low. So it's only useful as an anti-destroyer weapon, and at this point, destroyers, no. No. If this had 4-inch guns, much better. Periscope, yay. 12-inch quality 0, yeah. These guys would have been a lot better with gun data. Let's compare them. No, wait. Yeah. The difference is truly immense. And there is also a rate of fire thing going on. I mean, this isn't a true. Can we even build something looking like a dreadnought? I don't think so, because we don't have the. No, we don't have the wing turrets. I am very tempted to just scrap these. They have been building. This one has been building for quite some time. Ah. I mean, they only have one forward, one aft, and fire control is very limited. So, strictly speaking, those 9-inch guns are much more important. Let's just leave them. I won't do much difference when all my other pre-dreadnoughts have. But okay, we can see where we are headed. That's an important breakthrough on the road to dreadnoughts. Only light cruisers, so one more turn. Periscope. So we got the message. We have nearly developed periscope, then we steal periscope. Okay, sure. Reheater, quality control, rate of fire, mine warfare. Okay, so the weird thing here is that you don't get the tech message, you get the spy message. So you have to go look it up. 2 full years before these guys are done. $9,000 a month. But what else do I want to use them for? No, leave them. leave it Philippines. Prestige tension, prestige minus. Budget, oh god, yes, peace. It's time to pick on Germany again. That led to Austria-Hungary, yeah, that's good. Could turn out to be an interest, oops. Light cruiser again. Trident, Verite, quality control. Huh. 23 knots. Could be a battle cruiser. Do something weird like this. No, I would have to delete the side turrets. There are no battle cruisers, so yeah. $23, that seems just sad. Because now suddenly speed is not as expensive as it used to be. I could have a now these are much because you only have 4 main armament and you have bad range finding. Mm. not that much more expensive. It's in a weird between place, of course, but 6-inch turret armor for something like this. Hmm. Nah. No, don't need it at speed 23 because nothing else I have is speed 23, so it doesn't make any sense. No, didn't like that. Yeah, whatever. I can't decide. So. I need to build something. This feels weird, but why not? It's the same, but with a significantly much more powerful main armament. It just looks weird. I don't. But it's actually cheaper than this one? Oh. This is the weirdest ship I ever created, I think. I don't like it at all. 600-ton destroyers, diesel engines, that's for subs. Minefields, rebellion. Uh, below average, incompetent. Well connected as well, yeah. Get rid of him before we get an event. More money, more tension. Move to Northern Europe. What an excellent idea to have a gunnery competition. And we are in negative because we have mobilized something. These cost nothing to activate. These are also super cheap. No, our main frontline strength is now active. The rest still mothballed. So now let's hope we can get into a war with Germany, otherwise it's kind of wasted. But now I have an excuse for not building that Algerie class, but because I'm not feeling it at all. Need steam turbines. That should be the next one. We need fire control, but that can be installed later. We need TPS-1. We need heavy wing turrets. But we have the guns, so we are close. Yeah. So it's best to avoid starting anything now that we will regret later. Just add in the trident here. Can make it a flagship. I still don't want to scrap any of my ships because I could need them if I get into a war with both Germany and allied Austria-Hungary, then having some obsolete vessels on trade protection will boost my numbers. Burn. Yes, central firing it is. Now we must consider which ships should be updated. None of my mothballs one, that's for sure. None of mine are obsolescent. These will definitely get it during building. About the Orient, can we do a super quick rebuild to central firing? Yeah. Oh. You watch the cost a little bit. Ah! No, I can't handle a Germany, Austria, Hungary, Great Britain alliance, so there goes that plan. Then we have to think about something else. Prestige, tension. Whatever. I'm at a very strong position now, so if they want to fight me, they can fight. Torpedo, reliable pendulum mechanism. Okay, that's torpedo tech I never knew. Yeah. Shame about that alliance, but these things happen. 600-ton destroyers, that's nice. Not white though. Of average. Average. Central firing and a second one. Okay, sure. Good. Yeah, it's only 2 years since we last rebuilt them, so like I predicted. But if I remember correctly, it's quite some time before that new fire director becomes available. New docks. Ooh, 9-inch guns improved. Interesting. In the rebels. Maybe it's too soon for another war. Anyway, I think that this concludes what is basically the 1905 and 1906 episode. We have made important progress towards acquiring the technology needed to build proper dreadnoughts, but we're not quite there yet. We are missing the heavy wing turrets, for example, and the steam turbines. I'm not too keen on vertical triple expansion dreadnoughts for obvious reasons. So, yeah, let's take a well-earned break here and see you again in episode 20.